Good morning, friends. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. It is an amazing little day here. I don't know if you can hear Poco, but he is right here as well. We have the Minister of Hospitality with us today. Hey, good morning, Yvette. Glad you're here. Glad each of you are part of this journey. Welcome, welcome. We just wrapped up our coat drive, not our coat drive, the United Way's coat drive of Greater Fall River's coat drive. It's been a great season. Over 2,000 coats have gone out to the Greater Fall River area. A lot of them going to children, a lot of them going to teens, people that literally are warm this season because of the actions of the United Way and our opportunity with our volunteers to host them and have a place to sort and work with it. So it's such a privilege to be able to support it. And probably one of the most fun things that's happened is that we had assistance from our neighbor, the Resiliency Prep, which is across the street. The middle schoolers there came and helped us out by sorting coats and all the like. Great and what a great time, and they did a great job. And so we're thankful for them and just the opportunity for them to step into offering something to somebody else, and to be able to spend some time doing that. So it's been a good morning here, and I hope it's been a good morning where you are. Good morning, Karen. Glad you're here. Irene, hello. Good morning. I hope Miss Charlotte's there too. Vicky, hey, hope you're feeling better. Praying for you. We're here if you need anything. I know it's been an awful run for you. So, Cecile, good morning. No rain today. Oh, it's beautiful. It's gonna be. I think it's pushing 60 today. It is gorgeous here. No fever for 24 hours. Oh, praise God. That is great. Good, good, good news. Hey, Jane, glad you're here, making it in. Sharon, hello. It is a great day here on this beautiful day. So, welcome on this. All right, let's get going. I'm just saying hello to everybody. We'll just sit here and chat today. How about that? I'll just get a coffee. We'll just chat. Sounds great. We should probably talk about something, huh? All right. Good morning. It is the 20, good Lord, the 26th day of January on at 11:11, and I'm glad you're with us on this Thursday morning. It is warm and everything's it feels like spring today, and it has that feeling here. So it is a time and a thing that's filled, I think, with hope a little bit. We know there's more winter. We know there's more to come, but we're coming up on the end of this January with a little bit of grace from the cold here, and it feels good. So this morning there's this text from Romans that Paul writes in his letter to that church. And it's about, this was a church that he's writing kind of a corrective letter, and he's saying, like, there's some things to do. And one of them is about being angry. This is a church that had some infighting. I know it never happened in any church you've ever been in, but in this church in Rome, there are people angry at each other. And so Paul is writing to them, trying to help them figure out how to move and reconcile their anger and to put and where to put it and how to deal with it. And these kind of famous words is what he offers them. He says, "Beloved," notice how he starts. "Beloved, beloved, never avenge yourselves, but leave it to the wrath of God. For it is written, 'Vengeance is mine, I will repay,' says the Lord. To the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. For by doing so, you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not overcome by evil, but overcome with good. Paul, in his usual brilliant way, offers us a couple of pieces of wisdom around the issue of anger. We are people that are going to be angry. We can look at the world and we can say there are things to be angry about. There are things that will incur our wrath in our outer selves. We believe that our anger comes when something we love has been stepped on. That's the source of anger, if we think about it. That probably the most basic example is if someone steps on your foot, and you kind of have an automatic idea of just pushing them off. You don't necessarily mean the malice, but there's this way in which, your foot is actually, is kind of something that you love, and not being in pain is something you care about. So you push them off or step away, and that there's this way in which that immediate reaction is akin to our anger. Now, but there's two things here, and this is I think what Paul is driving us towards, and what I want us to think about today, because man, I don't know about you, but I find it is so easy to slide into anger these days. It is so tempting. I consider it an indulgence. Sliding into anger these days is like, eating the whole box of Oreos, or, eating the entire box of chocolates. There's a way in which it just satisfies something in us. And we can pick your thing. You can be angry at politics. You can be angry at the social condition. You can be angry at all manner of things these days, and we're encountering all manner of anger. Just to go to the market basket now is an experience of kind of contending with people's grumpiness. There's this way in which it seems to be pervasive. And what I want to invite you to is the wisdom of what Paul is talking about when it comes to anger. Is because it's first this notion of never avenge yourselves. So, because there's a way in which anger is really appropriate, and there are things to be angry about. I think, honestly, if you're not paying attention, if you're not angry, if you're not outraged, you're not paying attention, because there are real things that we love in this world that are being violated. I think about, half the people I know that, today I was talking earlier about how it's a beautiful day here, and it's a wonderful day, and it's been, I know wherever you are, it may be different. I know, I know my friends in Maine are getting hammered with storm after storm, but here we've been really blessed with just a really gentle and open winter. And I think about this often because I often encounter people for whom $5 a gallon heating oil is a crisis. That they're making really hard economic decisions on what's going on, and this notion about, well, why is heating oil $5 a gallon? And we can get into all the economic arguments of it, but there's a part of us that's just like, why is it that people who are watch people who are struggling? Why is it we gave out 2,000 coats. We didn't give them out. United Way gathered and we helped United Way give out 2,000 coats this season. There are 2,000 people that very likely, many of them teenagers, that would have been cold through the season. And then there's these things that really and genuinely kind of bother us in the goodness of the world. And the goodness of what we have to offer the world, and the goodness that we want to offer the world. And it makes us angry. And that's legitimate. But the question is how then do we respond? It's nearly impossible to tell the difference between somebody who is upset and filled with holy zeal, and someone who is upset and just filled with rage and wanting to burn the world down. It's nearly impossible to tell the difference from the outside. But for us, the invitation is to tell the difference from our own inside. For us to tell the difference of our lives lived in this way that there, when we understand it's okay to be angry, it's important to be angry, it's important to carry some juice around the things that really bother us, but at the same time that we use that we harness that as a way in which to move and to make change in the world, and to, in Paul's words, heap goodness on the people and on the situations and on the things and on the difficulties that are before us. That to heap good on the places that seem to be broken apart, to heap good upon the things that are that seem to be our enemy. It may seem counterintuitive. It may be like, we just gotta burn this thing down. We gotta be outraged. We gotta go, get mad and get angry. But if we let that penetrate our heart, if we let that, and this line from Paul, beloved, listen here, beloved, never avenge yourselves. He starts with the phrase, beloved. And he says that we might be angry about things, but that anger, don't let it become a part of us. Don't let it come within. That always have an eye towards the good. That when we stop that, when we get to that place that whatever it is that's been violated, whatever it is that love that thing that we care about, we've managed to get a little purchase on it, then we can kind of set back and we can love into it. We can feed the hungry. We can feed the thirsty, even if they're the very things that kind of want to seem to destroy us. At the end of the day, it really is about, are we willing to want goodwill for people who might not express goodwill to us? What is it when we, drive down 24 and somebody, and we're just minding our own business, driving along, and somebody, decide, because of where our car happens to be at any particular time, they decide to give us, the one finger salute and just send us on our way. That what do we do in the midst of the grumpiness that we'll encounter in the grocery store? What do we do with the great nattering nabobs of negativism that we find, on any particular screen that might be that we might be looking at? What is it that's violent, that seems to be, breaking every value and everything we care about and coming apart? Can we wish the very best for them? Even in the hard issues, whatever you think about the hard issues of our days, the things that are really separating us and are really dividing us in a way. And that it really comes down, I think, to what the definition of the devil is. The devil in the New Testament is generally called diabolos, which is the it's the word for devil in Greek, but it comes from this phrase, this root, which is really it's really how I think we need to kind of understand this, because we think about the devil and we think about big horns and a forked tail, or we think about all the different movie ways it's been portrayed and all that, but But this is the impulse. This is the impulse. I want to share it with you. The diabolical impulse is this, and I think it resides in the basis etymology of the word. So you have dia and bolos. Bolos is this word that means to cast away and to throw carelessly. It is to do something like this, to have some papers in front of you, to have maybe an organized thing that's together, and to have a manuscript, to have something ready in the world, and then to simply cast it away without care. That is to put it all into chaos. That is bolos. Dia, now some people will tell you that's divided. Die meaning two. It's actually not. It's actually not. It is dia is this way of saying to be in the act of, to be to purposefully do something. Dia actually goes to the very basics of kind of where God comes from, the Dios moment of origination. So I know we're getting kind of wonky and technical here, but I think it's so key to this. So anyway, to cast away and then to do it purposefully, to purposefully create, throw the papers away, to purposefully create chaos in the world, to purposefully let yourself give in to the impulse of that which creates chaos. When you see like road rage incidents, that's what you see. People willingly and purposefully entering into like people, yelling at each other and all that sort of stuff. That we know what that looks like. We know what that is. We know what that we've seen it. We know that sense, and how different that is from the outrage, from the anger, from the desire to advocate passionately for the love of another person, for the goodness of another person, for somebody getting heating oil that desperately needs it, to advocate the idea of goodwill for another human being. Fundamentally, basically, that's what anger is for. Is for not only for our the service of our own good, but the service of humanity, is to make sure that wherever that love is being violated, wherever that toe is being stepped on, there's a way to push it out. It is a beautiful and vital thing. But when it becomes the diabolos, when it becomes the purpose of chaos making, which can overtake all of us, when it penetrates into our inner self, rather than being something that motivates us in the outward way, in the outward part, it becomes truly devilish. Truly devilish. I know this seems like a kind of a rambling feast this morning, but I really want, my hope and my encouragement for each one of you is that in those places where you just want to throw it all up, where there's that impulse to just burn it down, to that impulse to just cast it all away, and that to kind of with a purpose, with a way of being taken over by it. It's a temptation for each one of us. I'm in it, you're in it, the world is in it, and the greatest gift we can give the world is to heap our love of goodwill on top of it whenever we see it. To pray for those who are caught up in that anger cycle. To pray for ourselves and that we can escape it. To pray for to literally step into the places that's going on and bring goodness to it. It's not easy, and it's hard, and I think it's one of the outrage culture is one of the things that will destroy us, because it really is a line, that purposeful desire to throw it all away and to cast it all apart is a purposeful desire to destroy the goodness of the world. It's founded in that. Don't not be angry. There is anger in you. Own it. Know it. Let it come forward. But let it come forward in the service of all that is good and true and beautiful. Don't let it, in those moments that you're tempted to take it into that place of vengeance, that place of I'm going to make sure they get theirs, that place of injecting chaos into the world. Those moments, cast them out of your heart. And even if you get caught up in them, kind of pull yourself back, stop yelling at the television, you know, wipe the stuff off the screen that you threw at it, and come back to this place of this instruction, this basic hope for all of us that Paul was trying to give to his church that he loved 2,000 years ago. Beloved, never avenge yourselves, but leave it to God. For it is written, vengeance is mine, and I will repay, says the Lord. To the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. For by doing so, you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not overcome evil. Do not be overcome by evil. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Friends, I love every one of you. And I hope, and truly, in these days of outrage, and we can all find something to be outraged about, that you let your anger serve what is good, but let your heart be filled with the goodwill towards all people, even those that would vex you, even those that would work against you. Think about it truly. If someone is out there doing the thing that you believe to be truly horrible, engaged in the act that you think is truly broken, what more could they need from you but the love of God? What more could they need from you than to help them be fed with what is good, to help them understand what is true, and to bring the goodness of your grace to it? That doesn't mean they're not going to try and blow the world apart. That diabolos instinct is not going to be at play. But what it does mean is that your heart will be guarded. Your heart will be whole, and you will have overcome evil with good, no matter what happens in the world. And that's my hope for you. On this 26th day of January, this Thursday, at 11:11. Friends, tomorrow we have a concert here. Mary Catherine Fletcher is going to be giving the organ concert at noontime. It is going to be fantastic. She's been working up actually some incredible pieces that really use all the pieces and parts of the organ, which are truly spectacular for us. So we are going to be blessed with that. Also, we're continuing our journey through the Lord's Prayer on Sunday. I pray that you'll be a part of that. We're going to talk about our daily bread on Sunday and all that means. Peace and grace to each one of you, friends. We'll pick it up next week with another 11:11.